Hello, everybody, and welcome to the afternoon tune. I'm your host, Josh, and with me on my two special guest hosts today, I got Mike. Mike from Great Works there. Mike has been on multiple times before. He's helped me out with a lot of these reviews. I think he just was on very recently. If you want to check it out on our Superman review. If you want to check that out on YouTube, youtube.com, the afternoon tune. Thank you again, Mike, for being on that Superman review there. And I got Forrest. Forrest there from Movie Night Extravaganza there. He is a critic on there along with two other people, Conan Neutron and Christina there, Cosmopolitics, as she's also known. I was on Movie Night Extravaganza there, helping them review Goodfellas, the Martin Scorsese
You've been
film.
on. You've been on twice.
Yeah, I forgot the other movie I was on there for.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but I do remember that we had you on for something.
Yeah, I forgot the other movie, but I've been on there, and I've had Conan on. Conan just helped me recently reviewed Fight Club, and then Christina was on. She always comes on. She's been on multiple times there. Helped do Wicked. She's helped me do But I'm a Cheerleader, and she'll be on again. I'll have her help me do Freaky Friday, do a retro review of that because Freaky Friday. There's multiple. There's multiple Freaky Fridays.
There's one from like the 1960s.
Oh no, the one with Lindsay Lohan.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going all the way back for that. But
by the way, Deadpool and Wolverine. You were on for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one. Okay, yeah.
That feels like forever ago, but I feel like it was just last summer. But
yeah, but yeah, she'll help me review that. So because Freakier Friday's coming out there, so she'll help me do a retro review of Freaky Friday. So yeah, but. Thank you guys for joining me. Going to be doing a review for The Naked Gun. No, not the new Naked Gun from 2025, but Naked Gun from 1988 there, starring Leslie Nielsen there, that classic film. And that'd be it for the day. And I'll go ahead and raid somebody after this. Got some good people on. Gonna go ahead and raid. Meanie Portable's on right now, wrestling content creator. Renee Goddess is on right now, doing a cooking stream there. But I'll be on streaming later today because I'll be doing a best of 2025 so far. I'll be doing that with Neil is going to be coming on help me with that and doing a little bit of news, and that'd be it there. But Mike, let people know about you, man. What you got going on? What you got coming up? All that good stuff.
Yeah, Mike from Grey Works. I'm a YouTuber. I do indie animation, but I also talk about just movies and film in general. You can find me on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter, all that stuff. I'm a bit more active on TikTok as of late, I'd say, with just spurting my movie opinions and some takes I have, I guess. Nothing, yeah, mostly light, but working on a few small projects here and there. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
So are you still the Malcolm in the Middle guy, or are you switched to being a different guy?
Maybe.
Okay. So Mike has been going viral with his Malcolm in the Middle there. So he's been doing that. But yeah, they are. I mean, I'd love to see your opinion on the revival that's coming up.
Yeah, I might check it out.
I'd love to see your opinion there on that. But yeah, if this is your TikTok right here, if we want to check you out, you're getting close to 1,000 followers here on TikTok. So that'd be awesome if you can get there. This is you look very sophisticated with the glasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm great at talking about sitcoms.
Very intellectual with it. So yeah, this is your TikTok here. This is your Twitter right here. People want to follow you on Twitter there for any updates or anything like that. There's some nice fan art.
Yeah, because people are power scaling babies on Twitter.
Yeah. For some reason, there's a whole big thing going on with if Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force and Wanda Maximoff can kill Franklin Richards, I guess. Okay. I don't know why that became a thing, but it's a thing. So people can check you out here. You're also on YouTube right here, Grey Works there. Love to watch your channel there. Love to watch your interviews that you do there on Grey Works.
Oh yeah.
This is your YouTube right here. Very awesome there. So just everything Grey Works.
Yeah, one day I'll have a more consistent platform, but until then, it's just everything I find interesting at the moment.
Yeah, awesome stuff there. Well, thank you again there, Mike. Forrest, let people know about you, man. What you got going on, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
All right, well, we're about to start doing a movie night extravaganza because you already introduced it. We're about to do a month of Star Wars, which should be pretty crazy. We usually don't I don't know. I feel like we tried it last year with Lord of the Rings, but just doing three films in a row of the same movie or whatever, the same like or whatever trilogy. We did like Lord of the Rings, and we did it as like 2 episodes. But we're gonna do Star Wars right. We're gonna do it as 3 episodes. The original trilogy and Rogue One, I guess, on Tuesday. So we got that coming up. And besides that, nothing really. I mean, nothing's really going on. Subscribe, like, and subscribe. Movie Night Extravaganza.
Yeah. This is your YouTube. This is your Twitch right here. Yeah. So check this out. And
Oh,
sometimes
we're also on we're on this space as well. If people know about this space, like the thing that Letter Hack launched, that has like all the leftist content creators. We're on there on Tuesday live, and then on Thursday at like 8 p.m. I think, and we do like old episodes.
Oh, okay, nice. I'll make sure to give me a link of that, and I'll make sure to put it down in the description below when I upload the video there. But this is the usually I'll have a special guest on helping them review things. I think with Rogue One, you're gonna have maybe possibly the writer of Rogue One come on, maybe.
I mean, we hope so. We've had the writer of Rogue One on to discuss. He also wrote the Book of Eli, so we have an episode with him talking about the Book of Eli. That was like his baby.
Oh, nice. That's very awesome.
Yeah, Gary Whitta.
And you guys
So
also. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm hoping. I don't know if he I don't know if he got back to us yet, but he and Conan are like friends, like they go way back.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's very cool there. And you guys have also had people like Adam McKay on, which was a big get there.
Yeah, Adam McKay. We've had Alex Cox. We've had Michael Lehman to talk about like Heathers, which he directed, and Airheads, that like the movie that the first Adam Sandler movie, pretty much. He directed that. So yeah, we've had some big guests.
Very nice. Yeah. So I'm a fan of the channel. They do great reviews there. Have great guests on. I've been on there. I've been awesome on the show, I think.
Yeah, the last the Goodfellas episode was really good. Deadpool Wolverine, I feel like we were all kind of, I don't know, everyone was kind of talking over each other because I think we were just like all excited that we had just seen it, but it was like a real like everybody wanted to get their ideas out, if I remember the episode correctly.
Yeah, well, make sure to go check them out over there on YouTube, Movie Night Extravaganza. Do you got any personal socials you want to share? People just if they just want to hear your personal opinion.
I mean, it's covered up on the screen, but at Always Flacco on Twitter and pretty much everywhere. Instagram. Movie Night Extravaganza also has an Instagram and a Twitter and all of that.
Yeah. But I'll make sure to put your links there. There's a link tree right here. So
yeah,
your various different links here.
Follow my OnlyFans. Just kidding. I feel like almost every time I see somebody with a link tree, it's like, oh, they have an OnlyFans. That's what they're trying
to. But hey, people can check you out on the numerous things. Your personal Twitter, your personal Instagram there, Patreon if people want to support it, Twitch, YouTube, website there.
Most of it's just the Movie Night Extravaganza stuff.
Yeah, but I think I do have you on all your personal stuff there. I do have you on your Twitter here, which I do follow those things.
I mean, it's the annoying thing where like I feel like my political tweets like are more of a hit than the promoting the show tweets. Like people are like, oh, like this is like a political thing. All right, I'll retweet it, and then I'm like, hey, follow the podcast and help me out. And then they're like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that.
No interest in doing that.
But I have to listen to you talk. I don't. do you guys have it in short form 280 character episodes then?
Not interested. Oh man. But thank you for joining me, Forrest. I've been trying to get you on for a minute now. Thanks for coming on. I've had the other two on, so it's a pleasure to have you here.
And you've had Andy on. I mean, he's not, he doesn't co-host it anymore, but
yes,
he used to.
Yeah, I think last time I had him on, he helped me review. We did Thunderbolts last time I had him.
Word.
So he was on that. Yeah. So do this review of Naked Gun, then head out of here. Then I'll be back, like I said, doing best of 2025 so far. I do have a stream coming up tomorrow. I'll be with Nick, hopefully joining me, and then Chris from the Black Stoves podcast. We'll be doing Ironheart. We're doing that Disney Plus Marvel series there. Doing a review for that, and then also doing a retro review for 28 Days Later. Doing that. Then Monday, hopefully Sage and Rated Info Immaturity can join me. Doing a review for Lazarus, the new Watanabe anime series there, the creator from Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. Do that Monday, and maybe you'll have a video game review for us there. I'll be gone next week. I'll be gone for a work trip, so I will not be doing the show next week. But Nick will probably step up in my absence, and then Nick will probably I think he's doing a retro review for. I forgot what he said he was going to do, but he's going to do a retro review for something. And then he's also going to review Zach Kreger's Weapons while I'm gone, if he decides to do the show Friday. But yeah, very awesome there. I'll go ahead, bring up my notes for this Naked Gun, and we go ahead and
So
get
wait,
started.
so you hadn't seen it, right? I just like when I because I remember hitting you up on Twitter and you hadn't seen the Naked Gun, like the original one.
Right. Yeah. Before,
All right,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before. Yeah. No. So I'll go ahead, cue up my notes for this, and we can go ahead and get started. Very awesome there. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And you've already seen the new one, right, Forrest?
I haven't seen the new one yet. I need to. I haven't I've been kind of just like fighting like a virus or something this week, so I haven't been able to get to the movies. I'm really excited to see it when like I've heard the reviews are great. I'm really trying to avoid hearing about all the bits because I want to be surprised.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. So, our first and only review of the day is going to be for The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad there. This is the original, the OG Naked Gun from 1988 here. This is directed by David Zucker there. People might know David Zucker. He's directed a lot of classic spoof movies there. People might know he directed one of my favorite movies of all time. He directed Airplane there, which is I absolutely love that movie there. It's on my letterbox for my 4 favorite films of all time. There, and this is starring Leslie Nielsen there, who made this role incredibly iconic. It's playing Lieutenant Frank Drebin there. The reason why we're doing this is because we're doing there was Naked Gun 2025 that just came out, starring Liam Neeson. I saw the movie. These other guys did not see the movie. But we already did a review of it this past Friday, but I liked it a lot. I enjoyed Naked Gun 2025. I think it was a good movie there. Now, I haven't seen all the Naked Gun movies, so I don't know how it would compare to the rest of them. But I know Forrest is a Naked Gun expert there. So this was the only other Naked Gun movie I saw was the one from 1988. But in your opinion, Forrest, how do you think that the Naked Gun series? Because there was 3 other movies prior to this new one. How do you think? Like, do they fall off? Do they get kind of worse as they go along?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a parody of like a all right. So it starts off with there's a TV show, Police Squad, which it's not like you can find all the episodes on YouTube if you want to watch it, and it has it has like a lot of the same characters. I haven't watched it since I was like a kid, but there's like a show that I think it's only like 6 episodes. Like I don't think it was a very long show, but they canceled the show pretty much, but they still wanted to keep making Naked Gun like Police Squad content, so they decided to make a movie out of it. If I remember the timeline correctly. So yeah, so there's 3 of them. They definitely fall off after the first one. I mean, Smell of Fear is still pretty funny. I watched it like 2 years ago for an episode we did. I watched it. I think we did an episode on Naked Gun, which is somehow like Naked Gun Smell of Fear, like the second one episode is somehow our like most viewed episode, which is kind of weird because I don't feel like it's like reflective of like the content we necessarily always do. But yeah, so they start to fall off in the second one, and then the third one's kind of But yeah, the first one's like probably one of the funniest movies. I mean, Airplane's probably a better movie, but like I don't know, Naked Gun is definitely up there. It's crazy you saw Airplane and that's one of your favorite movies, and you weren't like, oh, Naked Gun.
Yeah, I've always heard about it. Never checked it out, but now I have. Now I had a reason to. Mike,
It doesn't look like it would be necessarily as funny as it is. Like if you just see like the poster or whatever for it.
What about you, Mike? What's your kind of experience with Naked Gun there? as a
Well, I'm
franchise?
a big Leslie Nelson fan. I've loved his whole career. I think he's one of the greatest contributors to comedy. I think it's an art form that's really been lost of real straight face serious comedy that ends up being hilarious, because now we there has been a shift in comedy so much as of late with the how we market, comedy shows and comedy movies, and there's a lot more wanting for virality and like for bits to be like kind of they can be erased from the movie and like from the context itself, so that can get really popular. My favorite comedy, I believe the best kind of form of comedy is Leslie Nelson's form of comedy, which is so serious, so straight laced. He started out as a very very serious character actor. His very big break was he was the star of like a sci-fi drama called uh Forgotten Planet, and for like years he kept on doing serious stuff, and it wasn't until like he was a bit more washed up and he was like in approaching his like late 50s did he do his first comedy, which was Airplane, and the note was play it serious. Like these are funny lines, but you're a deeply serious character actor. And from that, an incredible comedy career was born. My like the love of like visual puns and just double statement like and just deadpan humor really comes from like a lot of like Leslie Nelson's, especially the Naked Gun trilogy. While the later movies do kind of devolve a bit, that was kind of the case like parody movies were getting at the point. Naked One, the first was definitely the best, but it's like every now then you could just watching the first one or even just watching some of the Police Squad, you could just pop it in. It's a great just laugh. And it's like there's always at least one joke in these movies that will like just crack people up.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, this was a
The
classic
whole
here.
the whole uh the whole George H.W. Bush sequence in Smell of Fear is
Mhm.
like is classic, where they're all at dinner and he's fucking around at dinner, and like that whole sequence I think is probably like is the one that works best in Smell of Fear, and then obviously like the first, I don't know, 5 minute part of the third one.
Mhm.
Mm, yeah. And as you mentioned, yeah, Leslie Nielsen, who is the star of this, had a reputation of being a very serious actor, being in very serious films there. So it was kind of added to the gag of the movie that he was in this kind of spoof slapstick kind of comedy. And what is the premise of Naked Gun? I mean, it really doesn't really matter all that much, but it's like a big assassination plot there. They're trying to foil an assassination attempt of Queen Elizabeth II there. And one of the people that are kind of the masterminds behind it is Ricardo Montalban there. People might know was Khan in Star Trek Wrath of Khan there. It's probably one of the more famous roles there. Other than Leslie Nielsen, you also have Priscilla Presley, who's in this, who's the love interest of this, who actually made a cameo appearance in the Naked Gun film that recently coming up there. She's Jane Spencer there. You had O.J. Simpson in this as well, who was starting to staple out a little bit of a film career there as well. You also had George Kennedy in this as well, who is his partner, Captain Ed Hockin there as well. Um, and then the mayor in this movie is portrayed by the actress who played the Tony Soprano's mother,
Yeah.
Nancy McCard. There you also had that. She was the mayor in this as well.
Yeah, I think she's the mayor, and like all like she's just their mayor that every single Naked Gun they keep bringing her back.
Yeah. So that's very awesome there. So I'll go around and get you guys' opinion. Let's what's your thoughts on it. Mike, what are your thoughts on Naked Gun 1988?
Yeah, I love it. Still one of the most like influential comedy movies out there. Still uh one of the most quoted parody movies of its time. Only a handful bring 'em out. A handful are like also, Leslie Nelson movies, and his performance is like so great in this. Only topped by only a few like comedy actors I'd say are on the same level. And it's kind of as I've mentioned before, it's an art form that's definitely been lost. I think it's also what helps is that the plot, like if you kind of reshape it a bit, it can be a serious plot for like a police drama thriller. But it's that's what makes it so funny that you have all this slapstick and comedy and like the villain's death with the whole steamroller coming out of nowhere, and just how like straight laced all the characters are. And funny when you do watch Police Squad and this some of the jokes were recycled. One of my favorite jokes is actually from Police Squad of like, how'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith, and I'm a locksmith. Just like but no, yeah, honestly, I still think Naked Gun really holds up, and it's still one of my favorite Leslie Nelson performances.
What about you there?
Yeah, I mean, I love the Naked Gun. Like, I love the whole series, but I love the first one especially. And I found them the weirdest way. Like one summer, I was going to like one of those library sales, and they just had them, and I was like, oh, this looks funny, and I just like bought all 3 of them. So I've watched them. I watched them constantly, like every single summer, pretty much, because I would go up to Maine, and we would only really have like, I don't know, like whatever we had there is like VHSs and whatever we could get from the library. So I've watched it so many times. I don't know, it holds up. When I watched it a couple years ago, again, like I was afraid it wouldn't, but it's still so funny. Like every single thing about it is. And I think it works really well because every actor really is like like they're all serious actors from other stuff. I mean, besides like Priscilla Presley, who's Jane, who like he meets and falls in love with, who's obviously, Elvis's ex-wife, but like besides her, like pretty much everybody in it is like a serious actor of some kind who's been in other stuff. Well, and O.J. Simpson, obviously, but I try to blank that out of my mind. And I mean, he's not really in this one that much, but he's in the other ones like a lot. They really make sure to use O.J. Simpson as Nordberg like way more in the other 2. But yeah, I think so many bits in this work. And it really is like Leslie Nielsen's like deadpan delivery. Like, I don't know. He could have, walked, I guess, into the sunset. Like, I mean, he was in Forbidden Planet, obviously. He was in Poseidon's Adventure. He was in like all of these like sci-fi movies at the time, like the really serious like 50s B-movie sci-fi things where everyone's kind of overacting and like being kind of dramatic, and it's like movies that like were supposed to be popular, but they weren't necessarily like particularly well made. You know what I mean? But I don't know. He stopped being able to get work, and Airplane was kind of his big break, where it's like he kind of realized that he could use his powers for deadpan comedy, and slapstick. But as soon as he started kind of embracing the slapstick part and was like kind of in on the joke, he stopped being as funny, I would say. Like the more he kind of leaned into it, I think, like later in his career when he was doing like pretty much just like these bad spoof movies that were like worse versions of the Naked Gun or worse versions of Airplane, like they were just like these parody movies, like Spy Hard. Like I remember you guys had that in like or I guess it was before it went on, but when you were doing like the 5 Facts Watch Mojo thing or whatever, like yeah, like Spy Hard is like a lot of his last stuff is pretty bad, and he started carrying around like a fart. Yeah,
superhero movie and things like
He was in
that.
Scary Movie. Yeah, but he was a side character in those. To be fair,
Yeah.
He was Uncle Ben, I think, right? It was like, yeah. I thought it was so funny as a kid. He goes, "Oh, you're kneeling on my balls." As Peter Parker like kneels down to talk to him.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
No, so he started carrying around like a fart machine, and he was like really in on the joke. He was like, he kind of lost his step, because the thing that really works about, I mean, Airplane especially, and then the Naked Gun and Police Squad, like like the first one at least, is that he just feels like he's not in on the joke a lot of times. Like his timing is really great, but it's just so deadpan that he could be taken out of this movie and put in like a serious movie, and like the character would be the same, even though he would be doing different stuff,
Yeah. So this was the scene. So this is from superhero movie. This was what he was in. So he was playing the Uncle Ben character in
I haven't thought about this until right now. I thought it was so funny. Yeah.
Here, Trey.
Oh, no problem. I'm waiting on Rick anyway, so.
My God. How did you do that?
It's easier than it looks.
No, I don't think so. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
All right, well, there is something. Okay, but you have to keep it a secret. I think I have superpowers.
I find that hard to believe.
All right. How about this? Go ahead and throw as many punches as you want. I bet you $100 you don't land one.
Easy money.
See, he's too in on the joke at that point.
Yeah.
Like that's what doesn't. He's like doing a voice and stuff. Like that's what doesn't. I mean, also the writing's terrible, but like just I don't know. I feel like he lost his. He got kind of out of step. It's weird seeing Drake Bell hanging out with Kevin Hart also.
What? Because they're kind of the same height, or because of that, or what?
Yeah, I mean, there's that. I don't know. I just feel like they're from two different places in my head. I don't know.
Mike, I know you look pretty disgusted at that superhero movie clip there.
It's fine. Yeah. But I do remember there was also a bit. This clip went viral ago, and I think it kind of like it echoes an opinion I've long had, or it might just be comedy is super subjective, and like a lot of the comedies I watched were very kind of like classic, like Mel Brooks, like Gene Simmons, and like a lot more like the thing that like Taxi and like shows that like had more like a stage presence. And I was thinking of Bryan Cranston. There's a clip of him on Hot Ones that he's talking about when you're doing a scene compared to something like SNL, which is a comedy show. The fun of SNL is that it's a live show and the audience is in on the joke because you're all laughing. You're having fun with it. However, someone during a comedy scene in like a TV show can't act like it's funny for a minute, because then that kind of like ruins the joke to a degree. And I think that's kind of my issue I have of a lot of kind of current sitcoms. I'm not saying they're bad, but I think when it comes to kind of also the rise of dramedies, everything's a bit more all relatable kind of comedy. And so it's that thing of it's like, oh, we know this is funny, and we know this actor is funny, and we know this actor is funny. So it's like it's not breaking the fourth wall. I call it, I won't even call it meta. I would say, here's a new term I'm making up for it. It's called leaning on the fourth wall. It's like you're there, but you're not really acknowledging it, even though we know you're addressing it to a degree.
Did you trademark that? Copyright that?
Yeah, it's a TM sign, child.
Yeah.
I feel like I could picture exactly what you're talking about, because every time they bring on like a guest on a show like that, right? Like it's like, oh, the guest has to like make like this big appearance where it's like everybody knows who this is.
Yeah.
And it's like yeah,
the great like sitcom actors of the day of like your Danny DeVitos, your Kelsey Grammers, your like I'm trying to think of Bryan Cranston again. Like all of them were just, they have an incredible, it's just they would work so well both as a serious actor as well as comedy, and that's why it's fun to see how far you can push these characters. The reason why Bryan Cranston is so funny as Hal is because like he takes his life so seriously, and he's put in the wackiest scenarios possible. I think when you compare that to a lot of kind of current dramedies of like Ghost or some Michael Schur stuff, it's cute, it's like likable, the characters are fun, but I think it's more so, it's like, this might sound a bit like mean, but it feels like it's almost written to be like more characters are more in a box of like stereotypical of like characters being iconic, or like to have like a meme reference for them, or it's just like you're gonna make the character like, I like clips of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I cannot watch the full show myself because
Okay.
that kind of wrecks. It's like, okay, I know that joke. I know that, like, I know where it's coming from. That's why the funniest character to me in Brooklyn Nine-Nine is Captain Holt, because that guy is so serious. He's so straightforward. He's so this is life and death to him, and it means the world to him. And you compare that to like a character like Gina, who's like it's like actors who are like, it's like the millennial Jim face of like comedy. You can tell this episode, okay, boomer. It's just like me being mad about current comedy.
By the way, I thought it was all the meth that was making Bryan Cranston funny, but
yeah.
yes. No,
Um,
I agree. I agree with that. I think Colt is like the funniest character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's also like he's the only character that's really allowed to do anything like unexpected, right? Like you really don't know where that character is going because there's always like they could always introduce like, oh, he likes classical music, or like he like it's always like he's has these weird outside interests that they can kind of add to the story that you don't expect. And
mm, yeah. Um, and one thing, great thing about with this new Naked Gun, which I didn't know was also the same thing with the original one, that's PG-13. So you're able to be this funny with being PG-13. You don't have to be extremely raunchy there. Um, oh, good.
No. I said I was agreeing with you. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got that kind of going on, and then modern day comedy. There's always people who have opinions on that, and opinions on modern day comedians, and what's going on with that. And I thought about is this the funniest movie of the year, Naked Gun? I did like Friendship. I did like that movie that came out earlier in the year.
That is also my humor, but it's just the Tim Robinson's absurdism because Tim Robinson's like him and like his Detroiters or I think you should leave is that his characters are like they're relatable, like they get sympathy from from the story itself, but the situation it's so close to being unfunny that it becomes fucking hilarious.
Mm.
Where it just keeps on going a bit forward, it just keeps on going a bit forward. You kind of like you feel a bit bad for the character to a degree, and you feel like kind of the level of sympathy, and just but also the character's just refusal to not like move their feet. uh, like there's a level of humanity with all these characters. I think it was Taika Waititi. It was him or the other showrunner for Our Flag Means Death, and one of them said, I don't want to dehumanize any of my characters when I'm writing them. Like the joke isn't gonna just be like slapping them, because that's another important thing. If like when you just have a punching bag character, that can get old kind of quickly. Also, if it's like sometimes it's like a character has like a karmic like comeuppance with it, but so much of like the punching bag characters will eventually get burnt out. I think this is I haven't watched the show in quite some time, but I do know this is like a big criticism of like the later seasons of Rick and Morty with like Jerry, where it's like it's almost like, okay, we get it. We get it. This is pathetic. Let's move on.
Yeah, I haven't seen Rick and Morty like recently enough to have an opinion on that, but it did seem like it was trending in that direction. Like even in like season 4 or whatever,
like Cyril from Archer, where it's like sometimes the first 3 seasons of like serial torture were very funny, but as it got on, it's like, okay, I get it. Like,
and
I will say, I don't know if it's retrospect, but like just to tie it back to the Naked Gun, using OJ Simpson pretty much as a punching bag exclusively throughout this entire movie works, I think, just because of that we know what happened to
do you think, I know you haven't seen it, but do you think at all, like maybe due to the positive reception of this new Naked Gun movie, that maybe we're going to get back into spoof movies?
Maybe a little. I think so. I have heard like more studios talk about like, oh yeah, now that they're a bit more popular again, let's do this. I am worried they are going to miss the point, because this happened with like the original Naked Gun. The Naked Gun was so popular, so was Airplane, and then all these other like parody movies came out, and it's just like,
the worst movies you've ever seen. We talked about this like on our after party the other day, because I was talking about like I think it might have been right before Josh asked me to come on here, but we were talking about like going to see the Naked Gun, and I got reminded of like Epic Movie or whatever, like that kind of movie where it's like everybody in it is everybody in it's funny, but it's like no, the writing is not, and it feels like I do wonder, like I've always wondered if some of those movies were money laundering projects, like
Freeberg and Seltzer, and all those people,
where it's just a bunch of pop culture references. And it's just like there's no direct parody. It's just like absurd, or like a lot of also gross out stuff, where it's just kind of to the main limit. It's another thing of like
they parodied pretty much anything, like everything that came out that year. It's just too much.
Yeah, another thing is just like parody doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a comedy. Like there are parodies out there that are serious or critiques or just it's like yeah, just being a parody in itself isn't going to like lean towards comedy.
I know Marlon Wayans does have Scary Movie 5 that's coming out. So he's already announced that.
Yeah,
So that's a spoof movie. I don't know. It's supposed to be coming out next year or
I think it was in production around the same time the new Naked Gun was. So
okay.
just kind of an interesting coincidence.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this will be the birth of new amount of spoof movies there. Because what was the last kind of big spoof movie that classic one that you remember there?
Kick-Ass is the last big one that I remember.
It's Kick-Ass.
I think yeah, it was pretty. It was kind of spoofing. At least the beginning of it was kind of going around the same kind of thing as like Spider-Man at first, and then it kind of devolved, like changed it to its own thing. But it felt like it was like it felt more parody than maybe not spoof. Maybe spoof was the wrong word, but it felt like
I was
gonna
say Kingsman kind of.
Wouldn't that would be more of an homage, maybe?
Maybe. I think Kick-Ass does have the problem too that I think is in a lot of the stuff where it's like, this is the real world of superheroes and all this stuff. Like, this is the real world. Don't even bother. This is the real world. But then you have like
yeah,
a 10-year-old girl with a katana. Is like if a 10-year-old came at me with a katana, I'm like destroying them in like one punch. Like I'm an adult man with hormones. Like that child would not last. Like
okay.
They're also working on Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money at the same time as that's another
spoof movie. Oh yeah, they got that one coming out. Okay, so maybe we can see in a return. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a more delicate balance, I think, and there's a lot more. I think when people think of like comedy or even just like slapstick, they just like write off. But it's like there is a lot of work that gets put into even like dumb slapstick or like dumb comedy. Like Three Stooges is like set up so well as like a physical premise. And just it's like there's a lot of physicality and like scene work and like stunts, and that has also been lost a bit. Because people are just like, oh, you know, it's slapstick. It's like, well, there's an art form to it.
I feel like it's crazy that choreography feels like cooler than ever in some ways. Like for either fight scenes or like, you know, all this different stuff. Like choreography feels like it really took off, but they like stopped doing it as much for slapstick, which is crazy because I feel like a lot of the biggest original, like a lot of big original choreography was either dance scenes, which we've kind of lost too. Like they don't just start having people dance in movies anymore. A lot of times, you know, having like these big musical dance numbers, unless it's something that like, you know, like Wicked or something, I guess. But like, and then also slapstick, like the original two things.
What's some of y'all's favorite bits from this Naked Gun 1988 film here?
God, was it this?
You know one I noticed that I've never noticed before, and somehow I just noticed on the rewatch. There's that really great bit where he has the carton of Chinese food that's 3 years old, and he smells it and he passes out, which I've noticed every time I watch it. But then behind him, as Jane's leaving, there's a I don't think maybe I did as a kid, but like there's like this crawling cheese. Like the cheese is so old that it's crawling across the refrigerator behind him, and it's not something that they like foregrounded at all. They're not like drawing attention to it. It's only something you notice when you like zero in on behind his head. There's just there's like a thing of moldy cheese like crawling across the refrigerator.
I did not notice that. I'll go back and watch that for that.
I mean, let me see if I can find a picture.
Or if you can send me the clip of it, I'll play it. What about you, Mike?
There's so many funny bits. I think a lot of them are the physical bits that get me a lot. Like when the woman throws like the pillow on his face. I do also love like there's nothing to see here, folks. Just go back. It's all good. Well, it's just the biggest explosion.
It's behind me. It's behind me right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
See Leslie Nielsen's behind me right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah. Actually, I can play that clip right there, and we can see. Because that's probably one of the more classic scenes from the movie, classic lines from it.
Yeah, well, it's one of those classic ones that like there's like a few big there's like a few big things I feel like the boomers really love. Like boomers really loves putting gifs of like there's like boomers really love the like like the one the one thing that's like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And he's like, but they also really like, there's nothing to see here. Whatever, like the government does something and fucks up on like Twitter. You can see like boomers being like, nothing to see here.
All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
I love the entire lead up to that too, because he gets in the car and it's like it's the girl that's getting her driving, you know, she's taking driving lessons. So the entire time there's like this old British guy in the car that's like talking to her and he's like, okay, now step on the brake and put, you know, and he's like giving her instructions the whole time, and then by the end of it when she finally crashes, she's like, okay, step on it, and she run, and that's when like the guy gets onto the rocket and the whole thing explodes.
Yeah, she's taking a driver's exam there, and yeah, I mean that great lead up to it. Was really funny. I like this scene a lot. The bribery scene, I think, is also really great there.
Oh yeah, I cracked the fuck up. That's a bit that they took from Police Squad, or yeah, the original one. I'm pretty sure, like the TV show. They did that like whole time.
A little bit of this.
Oh, I remember you, Drebin. What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions. You familiar with that face?
I don't know. My memory ain't so great.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this will refresh your memory.
I don't know. It's still kind of hazy.
How about this?
Yeah, I remember him. I used to see him around. Well, maybe this will help.
You don't think I should?
Yeah, you still don't know.
All right, his name is Nordberg. He's a cop.
He was no cop. He was dealing H.
What?
I'm telling you, he was dirty.
Are you sniveling scum? I ought to run you in right now.
All right. He worked at Ludwig Shipping. He tried to push something on one of my boys. I swear it. So what are you going to do about it, copper?
Well, why should I tell you?
Maybe this will help. How about now?
All right, I'm going down to Ludwig's office. I'll find out if you're telling the truth.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's just like a good taste of most of the humor in the movie there, kind of what they do.
Yeah,
I love it. Which is really
another one that just popped into my head. As they're driving away. Well, I mean, all right. So first he gets off the plane and someone's like has flowers, and it's right after the opening scene where he beats up Idi Amin, Yasser Arafat, which I don't like. I wish he left Yasser Arafat alone. But Gorbachev, like all of like, you know, America's enemies or whatever in the room, and he beats them up, and he gets off the plane from doing that in Beirut, which most 80s thing ever, right? Like having him in Beirut, like beating up like America's enemies. But someone's walking by with flowers. He's like, no flowers, please. And he gets onto the thing, and there's like a mic stand set up, and he's like trying to talk into it. And you know, like the captain's whispering to him, and he's like, these aren't for you. Like Weird Al Yankovic's on the plane. And then Weird Al Yankovic is there for a second, and he gets into the car. To like that he's talking about like how his wife left or whatever, and he says everything reminds me of her. And you see these two tanks set up pretty much that just look exactly like breasts as they're driving by.
I mean, is there any like negative things about this movie you guys got to say about it, or no?
I would say terribly. I think it's just the thing of just kind of the deal with most comedies is like comedy is at the end of the day very subjective. It's very personal, and what you find funny may not be what someone else finds funny. So if you're not into more, there will be people with just a different sense of humor, and like maybe if you're like you're not into the bit of like serious humor. That sounds pretentious of me saying that, but more serious
fans of serious humors.
Oh,
humor. Yeah. They get this movie, but
this may not be for you. Or if you're expecting something a bit more like less reserved to a degree, then I don't think this would be for you. But overall, I think this is a movie a lot of people are going to like, and like I would even say that most of like some of its datedness has like just made it like it made it like very reminiscent, but it's like it's kind of like the Goofy movie in terms of datedness, where it's like it's such a specific time period and culture where it's like it's kind of timeless now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's literally the late like it's the last year of Reagan's presidency, and like you like I don't know, like watching it as a kid and not knowing those references, I still found the movie really funny. But like watching it now and like knowing the references of like the whole Beirut sequence and stuff, and knowing like where America was at that point, it's like a step like that's baked into it. And then the second one, I think even more so. Like the second one dates itself so much because the whole like George H.W. Bush thing, like I don't know.
Do you think it's one of the greatest comedies of all time, Mike, or do you think you have is it top
Maybe
5
in
for
my
you?
personal top 10, I would say
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's at least in like the Hall of Fame of recognition of comedies.
Okay. What rating would you give it?
I'd give it a peak.
Okay, give it a peek there. What will be your final thoughts and rating there for us? So our rating scale. So the highest you can give something is this is cinema. It's the very highest, and then below that is a peak. Below that is a tune in. Below that is stream it. If you want to give it a negative rating, so the very lowest you can give it is waste of fucking film. Then above that is burn it. Then above that is a tune out or skip it. What do you give Naked Gun?
Yeah, I think peak as well. I like my letterbox thing for it. I went back and looked at it. It's a 4 out of 5, and I think I stand by that because it's it's not like I mean like there's so many movies that are like cinema that it's like hard to take like the Naked Gun and put it maybe on that level. But like I fucking love this movie so much. Like I've seen it. Oh yeah, the water bit where there's just the body outline on the water. I don't know. I think it's extremely funny and very like very good for what it is. And I remember seeing the VHS of it when I was a kid and being like, I don't know, is this gonna be funny? Like I don't know. And then watching it and like it just instantly became one of my favorite movies to watch.
In this movie, directed by, like I said, David Zucker, you also had the creative writing team of Jerry Zucker and Jim Abrams there, who formed the group Zaz there. People who grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who were responsible for a lot of the big spoof movies in the 80s, 90s there. David Zucker even directed some spoof movies in the modern age there. He directed Scary Movie. He directed both Scary Movie 3 and Scary Movie 4. He also did those ones as well. And I think he's also writing, I think he also wrote Scary Movie 5. He also did that one. This movie was a huge hit. Had a budget of $14.5 million. Ended up with a box office of $152.4 million. So it was a huge hit commercially there, critically as well. Also heralded as one of the greatest comedies of all time there. It did lead to 2 sequels, as we mentioned before. You have Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, and Naked Gun 33, and the third there, The Final Insult. Before it says the third one not so good, but still worth checking out. Maybe?
All right. So the first like 10 minutes of it is probably like is as good as anything I'd say in any of them. Like the first 10 minutes, they really go, knowing it's like the last one. They really go all out. And they have like, they're like, it's the Pope, and like the Pope's walking, and they're like, and it's disgruntled postal worker. Like they have all these different things happening at the same time, and like a woman with a baby thing, and he has to try to like save the baby while all this shit is happening around him. Like that 10 minutes is great. The rest of the movie is like, I don't know. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I just remember being like, oh man, I guess they kind of go through the same, well, not the same, because I guess the second one isn't better, but it's almost like the Godfather thing where it's like the first 2 work, the last one doesn't.
Is that your same opinion there, Mike? You have
Yeah, I'd say it's something similar to that. It's also the thing of like it's hard to do like sequel, especially comedy parody sequels, a lot.
Yeah.
Unless kind of like it's like, oh, we're doing a horror movie thing or whatever. I do, yeah, it's the reason why TV shows do have like designated episode parodies of like we're doing the musical parody, we're doing the D&D parody, we're doing the Halloween parody, we're like in that kind of stuff where there's more space in between them and it's more room to explore the characters. Though I will say I am grateful to every Leslie Nelson movie, because now we have Leslie Nelson edited into stuff like Detroit Become Human. where it's like two can play at that game and he takes a hostage. Just
I don't think I've seen that before. I gotta check that out. Oh, is it this right here?
They got, I mean, they got like 6 episodes of a TV show with 3 movies out of the Naked Gun. Well, now 4 movies, I guess, with the Liam Neeson one. Like I feel like that's way more than you can expect from, like, than you'd expect, like, for a joke that, I mean, eventually goes stale, but like, I don't know, they got life out of it. It had legs.
Yeah, I mean, very successful there. And when are you guys gonna see the Legacy sequel?
probably
I know
Monday.
this Monday. What about you for?
Yeah, probably in the next, like, I don't know, like, week or so. I really, I need to get to. There's multiple things I need to see in the movies right now. Everyone's telling me to see Fantastic Four. Still haven't seen that. I want to see Naked Gun. I want to see. There's another one that I had in my head that. Oh, I want to see Eddington too. Like, so I haven't gone to the movies enough. I went to the movies like a bunch last month, and then I haven't gone this month. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what you were talking about there. This right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Closer or I'll jump. No, please, I'm begging you. Leave the girl alone. Die. She dies. You hear me? I see. Two can play at that game. Would anyone humiliate me again?
Okay. Funny.
I heard the new movie though doesn't have. I was disappointed to learn this today on Twitter. It doesn't have the recurring gag with the police car just going through random places. Is that?
No, they do that. They do that.
Oh, they do that
at the end. Yeah.
Oh, Twitter lied to me then.
Yeah. I want to say I remember them doing that at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Are you telling me that I found misinformation on Twitter? That's never happened to me before.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember them doing that. I was just disappointed the movie didn't have bloopers. I feel like it's a perfect movie with bloopers. But yeah, I remember them doing the car gag where it goes all over the street and people's. Yeah,
it's crazy that Liam Neeson found love on the set of the Naked Gun.
Yeah, I mean, hey, shout out to him and Pamela Anderson. Congrats to them. Cute couple there. So peak from Mike, peak from Forrest. I give it a peak as well. I really enjoyed this Naked Gun movie. My first time seeing it ever. I'll go back and watch the sequels there. I saw it.
I gotta watch Airplane again. I haven't seen Airplane in so long. I'm probably gonna do that tonight.
Yeah, I haven't seen Airplane in a long time either. Maybe I'll rewatch that as well. Get on a spoof movie craze there. Hopefully I don't end up to superhero movie.
Airplane is so weird because it's not like. Well, I guess Naked Gun too. Like I like when they spoof a genre, and it's not like they're not spoofing a specific thing. Like I guess the original Naked Gun premise was like Lee Marvin, like he had all those cop shows, and they're kind of spoofing that. But like it evolved into like it's not like a specific thing they're spoofing. Like the same thing with Airplane, just being kind of like a disaster movie, just like they're doing it in the style of.
Yeah. So that's very awesome there. So that was our review of The Naked Gun, 1988 there. Yeah, I'll head out of here. One more time. Mike, where people find what you got going on, what you got coming up next, man?
Hi, yeah. You can find me on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube at Greyworks. I am currently working on Entangled, a Rapunzel adventure. Hopefully, it should be out this summer. Just working on a lot of stuff at the moment. And hopefully we'll be able to get it out this summer, maybe early September if stuff comes out. But you kind of do what you got to do with my schedule. But until then, yeah, you can find me on basically pretty much every social media app. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, though barely post on Instagram. Just
okay. But this is your Twitter right here. There's the link tree in your bio. People want to check out all the different projects you're working on there, which is very awesome there. This is your TikTok right there. TikTok is blowing up. Got a lot of good hits. Got a lot of good viral things on TikTok. So that's pretty awesome there. I'd love to see you do animated version of City Sweetie, them American Eagle jeans commercial. I'd love to see you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, just the immediate backlash you got was pretty funny.
I think that would be good. Yeah. So awesome. I'll make sure.
Chainsaw Blow.
Somebody said she sounded like Luann from King of the Hill. Somebody said.
Uncle Hank.
Uh, but
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like somebody like pulled out her voting records with her address and everything on it. And it was like, oh, she registered to vote as a Republican in Florida. And it's crazy that within like 2 days, someone's like, here's her voter registration. Here's her address. Here's her full name.
oh wow. I mean, they people dedicated. I guess they wanted to find that information out. I mean, it's kind of obvious, wasn't it? But I guess people wanted.
Yeah, but it's like it's crazy. Like the vice
Confirmation.
president and multiple senators weighed in. That's where we're at in America. We're at like they make a commercial with Sydney Sweeney, just vaguely like I don't even think it's a dog whistle. I think it was a bad joke, but like I mean, you'd say vaguely dog whistling, and then like the vice president's like, I loved the ad, and then multiple senators are like, me too, and it's like we are in like the worst territory.
Yeah, but I don't get why she's also wearing jean shorts and a jean jacket. That looks dumb.
You're never supposed to wear denim on denim, right? Isn't that like the
look good? Just crying on Instagram.
Forrest, where can people find you, man? What you got going on? What you got coming up? All that good stuff.
All right. Well, Movie Night Extravaganza, youtube.com/movie night extravaganza. We're gonna be doing Star Wars all the time. Star Wars, the Cantina. We're gonna be going there. We're gonna be going to the Death Star. We're gonna check that out. At least in my virtual backgrounds back here. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be doing Rogue One on Tuesday, and then we're starting off the original trilogy, which I'm excited for. It's been a while since I've watched like the original trilogy. Like it's been at least a couple years. And then always Flacco on pretty much everything, including Letterboxd and Instagram and Twitter and life. Yeah.
So this is your Twitter right here. I think I got you on Letterboxd as well. I think I do have you on Letterboxd.
I want to know what I was tweeting about that you have muted or whatever.
Muted? We talking about?
Or
oh no,
I don't know.
somebody. I think I blocked the person you quote tweeted.
Oh, all right.
I don't know who is. Oh, it's Harrods. I don't even know what the fuck this is.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying earlier.
Israeli propaganda thing or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I blocked it.
It's Haaretz. It's the liberal Israeli newspaper.
Yeah. I'm good on seeing that. Yeah, very awesome there. I'll go ahead and rate somebody. Very awesome. Do you got anybody that's on Twitch right now for us? Anybody that Movie Night follows?
I mean, is Christina streaming right now? I would say rate her if she's on, but I don't know.
Okay. I'll go ahead and raid. Let's see. I don't know. I don't even know how I follow this. Pinup Girl 30. I don't even know who that is. But I'll go ahead and follow them. I'll go and raid them. And give them. Are they playing Dune Awakening? Okay, sure. Awesome. Thank you guys for joining me for this. Very much appreciated there. I'm gonna be back streaming actually later today. Actually, right now I'm gonna do another stream and do the best of 2025 so far. But tomorrow also I'm gonna be doing a stream there with Chris from the Black Steps podcast and Nick there, my other co-host. We're gonna be doing Ironheart and 28 Days Later. Monday, I'm gonna be doing a stream there. Station Rated Infant Maturity gonna be doing a review for Lazarus there. And next week, Nick is gonna be doing the show. He's gonna be doing a review for Weapons there and doing a retro for that. And I'll make sure to put both you guys links in the description below. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And awesome there. So to all you people out there, stay tuned. Out of here.